Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and as part of my X6 tour, I'm in the Netherlands visiting Donkervoort to take a look at a road test in the D8 GTO. Now, Donkervoort is a company I've always sort of been interested in, but not known too much about. So I've just had a factory tour, another video that's up on the Shmi 150 channel, and a proper look around and learnt a little bit more about the company. But what we have here, the D8 GTO, is the flagship car. It has Audi's 2.5 litre inline-5 engine from the TTRS, so 380 horsepower, perhaps slightly more with Donkervoort's remap, but officially quoted at the same. The weight of the car, though, is just 700 kilos. So to put that into perspective, power to weight is just shy of 550 horsepower per tonne, which is a seriously impressive number. The car's capable of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, 62 miles per hour, in 2.8 seconds. Take that in, not a very big number, supercar-like performance. It can do 3.5G round corners, some very sticky rubber, of course. So you're getting the picture. This car is built for track excitement, out and out driving experience. This particular car is the performance model, comes with a weight of 705 kilos. But it looks really, really cool. I'm going to open up the door here just so you can take a look. The way you do that is by loosening this flap on the inside. Grab the handle here. The doors open up wing-like. And this is actually one of the particularly interesting features of this car. This door, with built-in hinge mechanism, weighs just 980 grams. That's not even a kilo. That's nothing. As we look around the car on the same sort of topic, it's built around a steel tubular chassis. You can see that in the frame, with the body panels made from carbon fibre. So this car has the two-tone with the blue and the exposed carbon fibre along the side, but they've also just started creating full carbon fibre bodied cars. I personally think this colour is truly gorgeous. There's a roof mechanism tucked in here that I might show later on, underneath the roll hoops, of course. On the inside, manual gearbox, some very lightweight carbon fibre bucket seats, Alcantara steering wheel, and everything's sort of aviation inspired. We'll have a look at this in a little bit more detail shortly, but even to start the car, you have the sort of fighter jet style switch. The opening mechanism for the door is this lever, which is a particularly nice little element with all the air. You can see every bit of weight saved via hollowing those parts out. But I think it's a pretty cool little car, this thing. And I'm quite excited about getting an opportunity to drive it. Very menacing with the sort of design of the headlights up here, lower light, and this aggressive front grille. Some little details, even these little switches here to open up the bonnet were actually developed by NASA, and they can't normally be imported, but Donkervoort came up with the systems they needed to make that happen, and then you just lift off that piece. That's actually the only aluminium piece on the entirety of the car. But I think it's time now to jump in, start this up, and hear how it sounds. When you're sat in the car, which obviously I had to do off camera because it's quite a little bit awkward to get down over these side sills into the bucket seats, you pull the door down and click it in. Clicks in back towards the rear, and then you've got this little panel here that you can bolt down or you can leave up just for some ventilation through that gap. You're greeted with this dashboard, and you flick on the power by flicking this up, enabling it. Take the key, which is an Audi key of course, connected to the Audi engine, turn on the ignition, then fire it up. In front of us, greeted by the digital display with all the sort of key information you need, you have these lovely air conditioning vents where when twist them, they open up. These are really quite neat. It's kind of cool that the car actually has air conditioning. As we look around, the other sort of dials and controls, got a traction control setting, so various sort of stages from off to 5. I think I'll keep it in 5 for the time being. Lights, brake bias between rear and front, so clearly again set up all about the driving experience and race experience. And then various other different sort of modes and settings and configurations and things you can adjust. The steering wheel itself is this very small Alcantara wheel with things like the horn and a few other buttons around, view, that changes a couple of the screen display controls, memory and menus. So let's give it a couple of quick little blips and hear how it sounds. So then, the Donkervoort D8 GTO, you're immediately feeling like you're sat right down on the ground. And when you get any speed up, you feel like you're going a million miles per hour just because you're completely open and so involved and enclosed and part of it. Any control input is incredibly precise, so you have to be bang on with the pedals, the throttle, and the gear selection. But then, when you're in a straight line, spurt and you can immediately feel the power coming and being available. And this thing boasts sort of performance figures that are up there with almost supercars. It's an exceptionally fast machine, but equally it's ready to bite you. There is no question this thing's ready to bite you. And I've got traction control on at the moment just to be completely safe, but you've got this much power to weight going just through the rear wheels. You can tell where it's going to end up, but that's what the thrill is all about. That's the experience and the driving engagement, and that's what makes you feel so part of what you're doing in this car. And this very car, as it happens, is the one that set the Hockenheim lap record. So it's set up in a very low, very stiff sort of configuration. And if you're the customer, you can have that changed and customized and set up exactly how you want, of course. But it's engaging, that's for sure. I'm not on any desperately twisty roads at the minute. We're heading to the track after to do that, but just... a picture tells 1,000 words, and big smiles on my face because this is like a true kind of driving, engaging experience. This is exactly what it's all about. And downshifting's quite nice as well there. But it's very, very, very raw, and we're just driving down a road here with some stones on it. But very exciting as a result. And the gearbox is very small, so there's not much throw on it, which is good for the driver engagement and feedback and how you feel like you're driving it. There are no electrical assistance, obviously, so no power steering. Steering is tight, but because of the weight of the car, it's not too bad. It could be substantially stiffer, but that's what you get to sort of have that the exciting, positive feel that you then get the other way around on the racetrack, of course. But it's all very small movements. Everything's very done sort of minimalistic style to save weight, so there's no expense spared on any of that kind of thing. But it's a fun downshift blip, and then when you're on straight again, it just goes. It just absolutely goes. Especially not while I'm talking to camera. But one of the most awesome things is the noise it makes. As I pull around here onto the straight, listen to this. And the other crazy thing is that this car has 465 Newton meters of torque that's available from 1,150 RPM. That's a lot of torque very, very early, and it means on a track like this you can almost
fast to get around just by not having to shift gear so much. So you're going to get quick lap times just because you're not wasting time on the gear shifts. Now obviously you have a lot of feel of the car back through your bum. You can tell everything that's going on, and this is a true driving experience. This is clearly what this car is for. I mean, I'm still learning, that's for sure, but well, as you can see there, I'm still learning, that's for sure, but this is phenomenal. This is such an unbelievably engaging drive. You're completely connected to the thing. You don't have to be perfect, but you get such good feedback, such race car raw kind of feel. That's one of the things that Donkervoort does so well. Being so light, it barely gets through the consumables. Things like tyres and brake pads last substantially longer than a significantly heavier car. And I'm just lapping around, not even taking it full Mach 10 right now, just having fun. And a lot of it. The noise, the sound, the feel, the experience. Awesome. This is a fantastic drive. I touched on it already, but the grip on this car is phenomenal. The speed with which you can go around the corners, the speed with which I can go around the corners, I should say. I can only imagine how fast somebody with a little bit more skill than I have can get around here. It's just phenomenal. So this is why you buy a car like this, to have fun at the track and on the road when you get there. It just has something to offer that there's no way a road car can match. Like the lightweight feel and the sort of complete connection to the road. Just, you're never going to get that in a car that's also completely road legal and has the comforts and normalities of a road car. I'm just loving this so much. Oh man, this is the perfect location for this car. But it feels so satisfying on the way there. It's just so adjustable. If you're going in too hard or too slow on the corner, you've got so much room to adapt what you're doing and play with it, and you can feel everything back and how the car wants you to behave. And I'm probably repeating myself, but that's just because I'm so much enjoying this experience. The excitement is out of this world. What an absolutely amazing drive. Nothing else describes this car better than a truly fantastic machine. You can just feel everything. There are some controls, but it's still so raw and so rewarding when you get it right, and everything is coming back up through your bum. I said it before, you can just totally feel the car, position it, adapt things, the throttle obviously to like dig the nose in for corners. Just the whole grip of the car is insane, and the thing looks awesome, and finished in this blue, which is just such a lovely color as well. What an amazing, amazing, amazing drive. I'm quite excited about that. That was really, really good fun. Really good fun. I just felt like I was able to take the car and hold it by the reins and grab it and sort of wrestle it around the circuit, but get so much back from it as well while I was doing it. the car would sort of, I don't know, if you felt like you were going in a bit too fast in a corner, in a way no sort of proper road car can quite do the same. It sort of tells you and lets you adapt and make changes to sort of adjust that and get it all right. And then when you do get something completely bang on, it lets you know as well. It's just the most rewarding thing ever. But the torque was phenomenal. Being able to just pull out of pretty much every corner in third gear around the track is quite an experience. I've just had a really good drive, as you can tell. You're obviously not going to take something like this out for a normal road drive. I mean, you completely can. I'm going to show you in a second. We're going to put the roof on it. And there's no shortage of space. Obviously, you've got nowhere for luggage, and it's not going to be the most comfortable for hours and hours, but the seats are very supportive and not bad at all. For all my laps I've just done, I've been completely satisfied. But yeah, I think it's built for the purpose being to take it to the track, but also legal to take out on the roads and go maybe for a Sunday drive. Proper, imagine just driving this thing around the Alps or some nice mountain pass. Just awesome. Or as I used to say, epic. But what we're going to demonstrate now is just popping the roof up, because if you wanted to take it out and the weather turned against you, you can fold up the tonneau. So let's get started on that. First part, remove the poppers. Then you can pull out the roof. With the front secured, pull out the back. There's those clips to secure it. Pull it around at the back and secure the poppers. And job done. Simple enough then, and then you've got the car that you can drive all year around. But what an amazing day I've had here. I also had a visit around the factory and saw all of that and shot a video from the X6 Tour series that I've been shooting. But I've really, really enjoyed my drive today in the D8 GTO. Fantastic experience. I hope you've enjoyed having a look around the car. Wonderful. Just a lot of fun. So cool in its design and purpose. Brilliant. Anyway, a big thanks to the team here for hosting me today, having me along to test drive this car. It's been a brilliant one I won't forget in a hurry. An amazing drive. That's it for right now though. Thank you very much for watching. Do be subscribed to Shmee150, and I'll catch up with you again very soon. Cheers.